Hey everyone, I'm Oaggy. Do you hate your job? Do you spend your every waking moment wishing you were doing something else? Well, today I'm gonna talk about 3 of the worst jobs that ever existed. First up, we have Whipping Boy. So unless you're a masochist, which is basically someone who gets turned on by inflicting pain on themselves, Whipping Boy is definitely something you would not want to do. So how does it work? Well, pretty much what this job includes is you getting your ass kicked whenever a snot-nosed brat messes up in the royal family. So you better hope that the kid you're taking an ass beating for isn't someone like Joffrey from Game of Thrones, because knowing his sadistic ass, he'll probably commit more crimes just to jerk off to you getting hurt. Next up, we have Gong Farmer. Despite the name of this sounding like growing musical instruments out of the ground, what these guys really do for a living is pretty much going around the streets collecting poop at night. Now, this may not sound as bad as today's poop collectors where they use machines. However, machines didn't really exist back then, so they were essentially picking up poop with their bare hands. So aside from smelling like human waste after a long night of digging for poop, Gong Farmers were also very likely to catch diseases on account of being exposed to feces for 9 hours. Man, talk about a shitty job. And finally, we have Sin Eater. Now, despite the name of this sounding like something out of an MMORPG or possibly even a badass superhero name, Sin Eater is actually someone who gets paid to go around eating food off of dead bodies. The food was believed to absorb the sins of the dead person, and by eating the food that's now been filled with sin, the dead person will be essentially cleansed of their sins and passed on to the Sin Eater, allowing them to go to heaven. So you think with a job like Sin Eater, you would be treated fairly nicely on account of being condemned to hell for an eternity, but no, it was quite the opposite. Instead, they were hated. A lot. I have performed the ultimate sacrifice. I mean the sins of your loved ones so they may go to heaven in exchange for my soul to be forever. Look buddy, it's bad enough that you've eaten out of my dead wife. Last thing I want to hear is you doing me a favor. So, get out. Now, aside from them being hated by society for basically sacrificing themselves for the greater good, you would think that a Sin Eater could just go to church and ask for forgiveness for all the sins you've eaten, but no, apparently they'll just get executed. Now, I'm sure there are certain rules to this, but no one would ever go to hell on the count of you can just get a Sin Eater to eat another Sin Eater's sin when they die, so you know, big loophole right there, kind of like your doctor telling you got about a year left to live, but then the judge proceeds to give you 25 years after you shoot him. So yeah, that's all for today. I'm Mog, and thank you for watching.